It is so easy to feel like you're not good enough. Can give you so much anxiety. We compare ourselves, we overthink, we have this fear of failure or falling behind, or it can even be from trauma to the point where it's like, if we're not good enough, what does that mean for ourselves? What does that mean for our value? Are we valuable if we're not good enough, if we're not seen as something worthy of investing in, of interacting with? I don't know, giving the time of day. And we've all been through this with maybe our parents who we feel like have these expectations that we can't meet, or they want us to be something that we simply can't, especially when we're getting into puberty and adolescence where we're becoming our own person. We're gaining our own perspective and opinions. And if it goes against what our parents want, then it's like this never ending battle, especially if you're outwardly expressing it. All we ever want to do is make our parents proud. That's all we ever want to do. But when we feel like we can't, we kind of question ourselves and we wonder, like, do they love me? Do they love me if I'm doing this or I'm doing that? I'm doing the things that maybe they don't agree with, or if I'm showing myself, expressing myself in a way that they wouldn't or they don't approve of. We may feel like we're not good enough in school. Growing up, numbers mean our success. Numbers show how smart we are. Numbers will get us into the best colleges so we can get a degree and we can get a good job. As many of us have realized, and some of us have experienced on our own, numbers don't mean shit. Numbers don't mean shit. It doesn't determine how smart we are. It doesn't determine where we're going to go in life. The determining factor is bullshit. It's bullshit. But if you struggled in school, like high school, trying to do all these classes and maybe you didn't have the interest in them and that's why you struggled, or you struggle for other reasons. Maybe you were dealing with things and you didn't have the energy to do the homework. Frustrating too, because if your parents are strict about grades, then that's a whole nother war right there. But feeling like we're not good enough in school, and with going to college too, which is already so expensive and which many people call a scam, which I could agree with. Going to college, which now getting a degree feels pointless. It may not be pointless to everybody, but it's pointless to others because it's too much money. It, at this point, doesn't always guarantee you a job. It's still hard to find a job. And with all the competition out there, trying to get your foot in the door into some industries where it may be harder, it's like, am I good enough? Do I have the skills? Is all of this schooling enough? Is it going to prepare me to be able to find something to give myself stable income, something so that I can support myself? Because if I can't support myself, then I'll be homeless. I won't be able to eat. I won't be able to be happy. And I know people say money doesn't mean happiness. Money can't buy you happiness. But the truth is it does. It literally fucking does. Because with the way the world is, if we don't have money, what the fuck are we gonna do? Like, if we don't have money, we can't support ourselves. And if we can't have the basic needs, then we can't be like some kind of content or happy. Feeling good enough for your friends. Everyone's friendships are different. Sometimes we may not even feel good enough for our own friends. That may not be true because maybe we're overthinking it. Maybe our friends, like, yeah, they care about us, they love us, and we're looking into it too much. As you get older and you start drifting apart from people, you just wonder, am I going to find more people? Am I going to still have a social life? Am I still going to have some kind of company? And I know people say, or some people are able to be by themselves and like being by themselves. And I think it is good to learn how to be by yourself and content with that. But since we're human, we still want companionship and we want to feel valuable to people to the point where they want to be around us. They don't have to be around us all the time, but just to be able to interact, have a good time, simply have a good time, maybe have a shoulder to lean on. They don't have to be our fucking therapist because they're not licensed for that, but someone to talk to, even if it's not for long, something. And when you don't feel good enough to find more friends or keep your friends, makes you wonder what's wrong with you. What did you do? What is wrong with you? Stuff like your hobbies, feeling good with your hobbies, your goals, your dreams, because we all thrive to do something. Whether it takes a while for us to find that purpose or not, we all want to achieve something. Everyone has their own hobbies and they want to get good with their hobbies. Even in our own hobbies, which we shouldn't be comparing ourselves to people in such a like a deep way, because we should be enjoying ourselves and enjoying the process of improving our skills, just simply enjoying it. We still compare ourselves to other people and we think like, damn, am I good enough in my own fucking hobby? Am I good enough in something that I don't really necessarily have to compete with anyone for? And then you wonder if you'll ever get good at it. Or when people make things seem easy and then you think you can do it and then it's difficult. And you're like, why can't I do that? Why can't I find that success? Achieving things, I know for me, something that I always wanted to achieve is financial stability. That's something I really care about, is financial stability. And I want to do it in an authentic way. I want to do it in a way with something that I love. What many people do now is to make their passion their job. And I mean like their hobbies, like content creation, editing, or making music, doing makeup, writing. There's so many things that people are doing that they're their own boss. And that's something that I personally want for myself. And that's something that other people want. And the thing with that is it's not overnight success. Everyone's process is different. Some people did win the lottery. Some people did, but some of us have to work harder for that. And you question, am I good enough to make music, release music, and become successful with the music that I make, sell my art and do commissions and make a living off of that, to start my own business because I have a great business idea and I feel like I can help a lot of people and I feel like I can do some good in the world, but there's so much to running a business. It's not easy. There's so many working factors. I can't do it all by myself to do what I want to do. Am I good enough? Be who I want to be. Am I good enough to feel happy and content? All of that shit can give you so much anxiety because there's so much uncertainty. And I don't want this video to be completely negative. Like, the world is negative enough. We go through enough negative things in our lives. We have enough negative thoughts. But when we feel like we're not good enough in whatever area it may be, or anything that I did not even mention, we feel stuck. And we don't want to feel stuck. We want to feel free. Who wants to be stuck in one place? Nobody, because that's boring. That's not fulfilling. That doesn't make you happy. Still, in the spite of feeling like you're not good enough, there are plenty of moments where you felt like you were good enough. And I feel like those moments are very important to amplify. Even if you don't feel like you're good enough, even if you feel like you're lying to yourself, tell yourself that you're good enough. Show yourself that you're good enough. Everyone in their own way is good enough. We attribute so many things to our value that when we don't feel valuable, we feel like nothing. But that's not true. Everyone has a quality that is admired, some qualities that other people want in themselves that they can't get. I think that despite what a lot of us feel and what a lot of us struggle with, through the midst of it all, we can't achieve what we want. We won't always be stuck. We are good enough for somebody, but more so, we are good enough for ourselves. We've felt it before, we can feel it again. Find our way out of hardship, out of conflict, and we can get towards that freedom. I hope this video didn't sound too preachy. I've been feeling it. I've been trying to process my own emotions, and it has all dumbed down to like being stuck, freedom, how I define my value. When you feel that anxiety about it, it is an unforgettable feeling. So that's it for this video. If you agree with anything that I said, if you disagree, if you relate, if you don't relate, let me know in the comments. A lot of us have to suck it up. A lot of us have to hold in how we're really feeling and go about our daily lives, and sometimes we have to let it out. That's it for this video, and until the next one, whatever I talk about.